The special Federal Executive Council meeting on the new national minimum wage ended Tuesday with Information and Culture Minister Alhaji Lai Mohammed saying that details of the deliberation cannot be made public. He explained that the decisions of FEC would be communicated to the governors at the National Economic Council meeting Thursday. In his tradition, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, presided over the special National Economic Council meeting. At the end of council, the governor of Kebbi State, who briefed journalists, did not mention anything on the new minimum wage. But when journalists sought to know, he was careful not to divulge information, saying the vice president, who is the chairman of NEC, would do so.
Some of you may recall that the Nigerian Governors Forum have 6 members in the tripartite committee which was set up by Mr. President, and I happen to be one of the governors. And the attitude of the governors and the committee was for evolving a national minimum wage legislation that can work. And what today, yes, there was a discussion, but that discussion is not for me to say, because the chairman of NEC has been mandated to talk about it. But I think to answer your question, yes, there was the minister spoke about it.
After the press conference, journalists saw the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Wambweze Ingige, coming out of the council chambers. When asked about the new minimum wage discussed at council, he was also careful not to divulge sufficient information.
There's no outcome as such. It's a work in progress. As the Information Minister told you the other day after the Federal Executive Council, we are taking our deliberations to National Economic Council, and then we close up on 22nd at the National Council of State. After that, we'll be able to say what we're doing.
When the question was put to him plainly on whether workers would get 30,000 naira as the new minimum wage, this was his response. Can you say in full that you are still sticking to 30,000 naira minimum wage?
No. This is a very loaded question. I won't answer it.
The National Economic Council also deliberated on the National Livestock Transformation Program aimed at boosting the livestock subsector of agriculture. The Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, also briefed the National Economic Council on the rate of out-of-school children in Nigeria. He urged the governors to take actions to improve school enrollment in their respective states. The decision to keep information private on the national minimum wage, as discussed at the Federal Executive Council meeting Tuesday and the National Economic Council meeting Thursday, indeed speaks volume that things may not just be going as expected. The question many will be asking from the organized labor is, are the state governors willing to pay the proposed 30,000 naira minimum wage? From the forecourt, Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Amikaro Ata, ITV News, Abuja.